We are an organization that have been established in 2010 by a core group of GIS professionals with a strong expertise in utilities and telecoms. Since that, in this 10 years journey, we have been operating globally with various utilities and telecoms, leading utilities and telecoms in Australia, India, and USA. We are a global partner for GE for GIS solution, uh, helping across utilities in setting up their GIS solution. We have served more than 50 customers globally uh, who range from largest utilities to co-ops that are operating across. We are around 150 plus expert domain consultants um, working across the globe and helping the customers. Fieldon is our flagship product, which is mainly focused towards providing a easy to use field solution for any work that is being done on the field. So one such variant of the Fieldon is Fieldon Progress, which will be covered as part of today's demonstration. A brief introduction about me. I'm Karthik. I've been working with this industry for 10 years now, helping utilities and telecoms in their digital transformation journey. Okay, so today we are here to present a systematic approach for monitoring and evaluating the pipeline construction progress. We know there is a vast construction going around us. And this is mainly because of the vision that has been set up to make every house gasified by 2030. It is a very vast vision which covers a network connectivity to around 408 districts with 30,000 kilometers of pipeline. The pace and quality at which this construction happens defines if we have reached the goal of gasifying the nation without with an assurance and without any compromise. So what is the city gas pipeline construction we are talking about? We understand the gas pipeline construction. You being from a city gas distribution company or a construction company which is helping a city gas distribution companies in laying their network, we know the process of gas pipeline construction. From laying a steel pipeline for high pressure to PE pipeline for medium and low pressure. Difference between how we construct a cross-country pipeline to a city gas distribution company. In a cross-country pipeline, in general, we see that it's a long pipeline going through empty land or no obstacles kind of a construction. Whereas when we come to city gas distribution, what happens is that we are constructing within a city or connecting the cities. So where we may encounter a railway crossing, road crossing, a lake or a boulder, and a permission need to be taken every time we are doing a trench. In these, when we are working in this compact area of work, it certainly needs a lot of systematic approach so that we are on track with our construction process. So process of laying the pipe starts when you actually start with the survey of the land, with the route which the pipeline needs to be constructed. There's a photo happening for transfer of your material to the field. You're clearing the ground for establishment of networks, stringing the pipes, welding or fusioning of your pipes, and then doing a quality test on this welding and for the pipe, steel pipe or the plastic pipe. There's a trenching that needs to be done with certain trench depth, which is very crucial. And then you do the lowering of your pipes, doing a main joint welding of those pipes. There's a backfilling happening and the leveling across. And finally preparing for commissioning of the gas. This is a well-known process of construction for us. Now, what we also know is that each of the steps that we perform on for construction of a gas pipeline is involved with a lot of manual work and paperwork that needs to be done. I'm certain you would echo with me on that there are a number of reports that needs to be generated from the field, and every day a field supervisor standing on the field makes a note of every activity through the hand on a paper, and these papers are brought back to office and submitted. At what timeline? On the same day or the next day is a question. And when you know that it's a manual work that is being done, there are a lot of manual errors also possible. Humans are meant for mistakes, right? So we automate the systems to cut down these mistakes. The process involves many reports to be generated. to keep a track of all these activities. To take few of these important reports, when we talk about a welding report, which signifies that the construction quality or the pipe joint that has happened will ensure there is no gas leak. There's a radiography report that is generated for the welding, which is an assurance that the welding has been done properly. You have a pipe book which acts as a reference for you for the operations team and also during the lowering time. You have a welder performance report which gives you an assessment about which welder is doing a proper work for mainline welding and who is good at doing a joint welding. There's a material reconciliation report that gives you information on how much material that has been allocated for this project, how much has been consumed, and how much has been left over, which is a very critical factor in terms of the cost. In a similar fashion, the one report that tells the back office team or the project office team that this project is on track as a daily progress report. But the question is that daily progress report coming back to the project office on the same day? How do we assess the construction is going right with the construction process and the number of reports that are involved in this? You have a daily progress monitoring against the minimum work plan that has been provided, which can tell you whether construction is going right or not. And then you know what was your actual work plan, either when you have designed it through a GIS system or the plan that has been created versus the plan that is being executed. It is not mandatory that both of them need to be the same. A boulder which is not anticipated at the time of design might come across in the terms when you're actually starting a trench. The number of wells that have been repaired will give you an indication about how accurately your field team is working upon. The roadblocks that are encountered, the accuracy of the construction data can tell you the progressing of your project. And as I said earlier, one report that can actually tell you that whether the work is going correctly or not is a daily progress report. All these reports, actually, what does it give? It gives an information about how your project progress is happening and whether you are on track to complete it on the time with the promised quality or not. For a decision to be taken on this, there needs to be an evidence and system automation which can help the project office team to design and derive without any dependence with the field team, right? So the systematic approach that needs to be employed for this construction to be quality and time oriented needs three key aspects. You monitor, you review frequently, and you continuously improvise. These are the three key parameters which will define how your project progress construction goes ahead. Awareness of areas to focus will change the outcomes of the process. So with a focus on tracing the work done in real time and generating reports with less manual intervention and establishing a connect between project office and field team can help any construction process effective. In a simple terms, you should be able to trace the network on daily basis, effective reporting with less manual intervention, and bridging that gap between your project office team and the field office team to talk on a more frequent basis and exchange that data, the field data, to the project office team in near real time or the real time, so that I sitting in a project office team do not need to wait till the end of the day till the report comes out to me. I should be able to see the path which the network is being constructed across and the work that is being done. That is where we come into picture. We are Fieldon.com, who have been working with utilities. We've been working with utilities. We at Magic Minds understand the need and designed a reliable tool for establishing a systematic approach in this construction. A true digital solution for the digital era. It's a paperless solution that streamlines the entire process right from your design in GIS through data capturing through your field through a mobile first principle and bringing that accuracy of construction information, considering the limitations and capabilities of the end user to the back office. What does this system do? It increases your productivity and reduces the human errors. A faster response time and an omni-channel data collection. Do not rely on multiple channels for the data coming to the system. It's one system which is bringing all the data and can distribute it across the systems. a simple task management and a workflow tracking feasibility, which will enable you to approve the quality and the steps being performed in the field from the project office. It creates digital evidences for the work. You do a welding, there's a photo attached to it. You do a trenching, there's a video attached to it. You have seeking a permission to construct across a road, there's a permission document attached to it. There is a welding fail, or there is a bend that has been placed, you have a video of that. There is an attachment of that. So that is giving the project office team a visibility about not only in terms of their attributed information, but also information in terms of visualization. It becoming your eye for the project office team. It makes automation friendly and decision support with dashboard and analytics. So when we talk about the project construction path and we are saying field on helps across in automating this process, then the reports associated in each of these activity are being automated. With no manual intervention or less manual intervention, when the work is happening on the field, the key reports like your welding report, your every activity report, either it could be stringing, either it could be lowering, your backfilling. On the current day, how much lowering has been completed is a very good indicator about how your project construction is moving ahead. When you know what extent of your pipeline has been commissioned, or what extent of T's which are need to be connected, the ends that needs to be, end caps that needs to be closed are placed, gives an indication about the completeness of the network construction. And a daily progress report, we have been talking across this presentation, which tells you, okay, the complete pipeline that is to be constructed is 3,000 meters. And on the 5th day of this project, we have completed 700 meters of construction, where on the particular day, I have done 200 meters of construction with around 20 welds placed, 3 bends placed, and then 2 welds repaired. So that is how much that information can tell a project office team. A dashboard running in an office saying that, okay, this is the work that is being done on the field on a real-time basis. That gives an indication about the progress of the project. That is a systematic approach we are talking about, wherein making a field data come into the project office team in real time and every activity being tracked to the last point edge, which giving the maximum information. Now, how does this construction process work? You have a back office team which has a procedure to design your network construction or plan for the construction work that needs to be done. When you're awarded a project or an area for construction, for city gas construction, you know the path that you need to take for the construction. You design this, you create a work order and hand over to your contractor or your construction team. The construction team, based on the work order, will prepare for the permissions. All the permissions that are taken are maintained in the system through a document management system. You are not moving out of the system. You're in the same system, which is actually providing the capability to maintain the documents and giving your field supervisor a right to say that, okay, this I have a permission and this is where I need to take a permission. On the field, when a stringing being done, you take a photo of it and a video of it and submit the data. So the back office team or the project office team is seeing that information in real time. End of the day, you're doing the inspections, you're doing the audits, and that information is being attached. You're delivering all the work that is being done on the field. And also, you are assigned the material that needs to be used on the field. There's a pre-list of equipment that can be used. So I have 300 pipes placed at certain location for the use of this project. So now I know what is the material I need to use. So that at the end of the project, the material reconciliation becomes easier for me. I know what has been consumed and I can trace back the material to the point where it has been placed across through its GPS coordinates. The solution is built to derive the user to help make understand what is the next. It drives the field user in the next steps to be performed. You cannot perform a lowering until you are completing your welding activity to be completed. You're not backfilling it until you're getting an entity report signed across. So you're creating that dependency so that the field user makes that every step is performed before you call it is to be done. The back office team can see all the data in the real time or the near real time, and not only see the data, but generate reports and analytics on top of it, giving an indication there's a 30% of project completion till date. And from an anticipated date of completion with the current speed, it might actually overshoot. So you might have to just come back and do it across. And you might have to take changes or add additional field force to make things happen. And then export this data to any possible system so that it could be your SAP system, it could be your finance system, so that the invoicing of the work that can be done. So when you have this crawl construction process systematically established, telling you what's your first step, what's your second step, what is your third step, and at every step giving your feasibility to measure and analyze, that makes the evaluating your progress of the construction more easy. See, it's a simple terms. What you cannot measure is something you cannot achieve. If you have to achieve something, you need to measure it. And an effective way of measuring it is to track it. The three terms which we talked about: continuously monitor it, continuously review it, and continuously improvise it. The system provides you that capability to monitor, review, and improvise. Having said that, let me take you to a live demonstration of the application. We have heard what the system can do and what you need to adapt to make this possible. Now let me show you across how will that network and section can be visualized on Project Office. How do you generate that reports? How do you manage your store? And how do you capture data from the device? Let me switch my screen to the application. Let me just confirm if you're able to see my web browser with the field on application. Angita, can you confirm me if you're able to see the screen across?
Yes, Karthik.
Thank you. So let me log into the account of, if you're from a construction company or from a city gas distribution company, assume there is an application or your project of the project coordinator is logging into the system. As I log into the system, I see the list of projects that are being executed, whether it's a steel project, whether it's an MDP project, and what is the start date of it and what is an end date of it. Now, if I look at the information of this project, I see that the pipe diameter for this project is 12 inches and the project length is 27 kilometers. Now, with that information, when I step back and look at what extent the construction has been completed now. So I can see the pipeline which has been constructed across. So I can see the road where the construction happened, and next to it, I can see the welds that have been placed. And this is a segment of pipe which has been placed between these two welds. In a similar fashion, this is a real visualization. Something is happening on the field and you're getting the information back in the office. There's a bend that has been placed over at this corner when the curve is coming across. So when I look at the bend information, you know it's a 45 degrees angle bend, and that's the details of it. What was the coating up and when was the stringing happened for this? And who is the manufacturer of this bend? In a similar fashion, I can look at every activity that has been performed. For example, I have around 187 pipes that have been stringed across. So every pipe information, so I can look into it. The pipe number, which is coming from the material that has been assigned, which kilometer that has been laid at, what is the chainage information, and the photo at the premise of the construction when the stringing is happening across. In a similar fashion, at the date when the stringing happened and the section length of it. In a similar fashion, when I go to look at any other information, like for example, I want to look at the welding information. There has been NDT performed around 40 welds. So I can see there's a kilometer 1 to kilometer W that is joint that has been placed, and the NDT has been passed and the status has been accepted. So you are knowing whether that information has been accepted or not. Now for this particular field, I know the information that is available. So in a similar way, now if I want to look at the weld itself that has been placed across, so I can just come back, look at the assets that are available. I can go to the asset, the welding asset, select the one that I want across, and then I can perform a go to over here so that on the map, I can visualize the respective weld. And I can also see when the welder, who is the welder that has performed this activity and what is the welding date. So I can see that this is a weld with a red indicator showing this is the weld that has been attached across. I can come back on this. This is giving now you can understand why I was saying the project office can get the visualization of the work being done. In a similar fashion, I can come back and generate every kind of report. Either it could be stringing, trenching, lowering, ultrasonic reports, restoration backfilling, and then also your daily progress report from here. For example, let's do a generation for a report for the trenching that has happened. So I can select the trenching. I can generate a PDF or an Excel report of it, and then go back to a particular date. So I can say all the trenching that has happened from September 1st, August 1st till the current date, and then generate a report of it. So without any manual intervention over here, with manual, you don't need to go through the files to pull out a report for the particular date. I can just generate it across. And then I have the information now at the tip of my hands. Being a project coordinator, about the trenching that happened, the coordinates from where to where the trenching happened, the type of soil that has been encountered, whether it's a tar or a soil, and then section length and the trench depth. Additional information like landmark details can be captured, and there are total 5 soil type of trenching that happened, and then you also know what is the total length of trenching that happened. That is 139.47 meters of trenching that happened from the 1st of August to 1st of September. This is giving me an indication about the work progress that are happening. In a similar way, I can generate a pipe book, which is a very critical one for any city gas distribution company, which also need to be handed over to the operations team. So I can come back to the pipe book, generate across, till date. I want the information about the pipe book till date that has been constructed across. So let me just select the date, 30th of September, and then generate this report. Now a pipe book is being generated for me. I can just look into this pipe book. So this is your pipe book, which is giving the pipe information, the coating and the heat number information, the pipe length and the cumulative length, the wall thickness of the pipe, when has the stringing happened for this, to which weld joint these pipes are connected with, if there any repair welding happened, and who is the WPS person, the welding performance, the welder number, what was the radiography date, when did the joint coating happen for the joint welding, and when did the lowering and backfilling happen. In total, I can also look at two. So I can just go down and look into it. I can get the information about the contractor who is working on it and the total section length that has been associated with this respective pipe book. So in this way, the reports can be automatically generated. Also, I can email these reports to anyone in the organization or generate a report out of it. We spoke about the material reconciliation. So I know that for this particular project, there are around 213 pipes allocated with 2,609 meters of length, of which 2,290 has been consumed and 318 is pending. Now with consideration to this, it's around 2.5 kilometer. But the construction of this project requires 27 kilometers, so there's more material required now. So I can understand what is the shortage and I can get added to it. So you can do for all kind of assets for this particular project. You can pre-assign assign welders for this project and look at their WPS information as well. You can maintain documents which for every geographical area and standard operating procedures as part of the application itself. It's completely secure and can be used on any mobile device. So all the devices which are approved are part of the system. Now let's look at how this system behaves in a mobile application. I'll quickly walk you through the mobile application as well. Let me connect to my mobile device. So I'm just connecting to my mobile device so that I can demonstrate the application to you. this is my mobile screen, which you can see now, right now. So I'll just log into my application. So as you can see, there is a project that has been assigned to me for laying JNU to Hyderabad to Gachibowli. Now I can go to the map view of this to see the construction view that has happened. In a similar fashion, I can go back, look into the various activities that can be performed. For example, when I'm doing a welding act, if I have to capture a weld, I can very well say, okay, welding in kilometer 2 from a weld joint number. So KM2, weld type is in mainline welding, and a welder ID of 55. And this weld joint can be placed across now. So which is giving me the capability to connect it across. In a similar fashion, when I actually want to do activity like a trenching or a repair welding. So if I just go for a repair welding, if I'm doing an NTD radiography, I have all the list of joint numbers already available with me. So I can, it is avoiding that risk of manually entering it and then mismatch of the information. So the information is available and you can select it across and then fill in the information. You can attach the photos, you can capture a photo, and then also you can capture the video of the work that is being done across. You can do the attachment, like for an NDT radiography, I can do one radiography attachment, the report that has been received from the NDT agency, and attach as part of it. So in this way, you're able to work from your device. The information is being captured from the field and brought back for an effective visualization, helping in automatically generating the reports. It automatically generates the daily progress report and distributes to all the stakeholders. So that is how approach where you're defining a project, defining the timelines for that project and tracking it on a daily basis is helping you achieve a proper construction management process. In short, the key modules for your systematic approach would be, or for evaluating your project construction would be, a proper store management so that you know what material to be used and when it will be used, a proper project management, start date and end date, the document management with all the permission documents and approval documents, integration with your GPS devices so that you get a real-time visibility of the asset location, activity reports, traceability of the material, and assurance of the quality. The construction assurance can be delivered by tracking the field work in real time. You're eliminating the backlogs through 100% digitization and reducing the risk by automation. Now you know that you don't need to run through the files to get a particular report for a particular day. And everyone in the organization is giving a transparent visibility of the construction that is happening across, and generating a MWP to be submitted to PNGRB makes more easier. You can leverage the knowledge and best practices set forward with the PNGRB already incorporated in the system. So that is how you can achieve a systematic approach in evaluating your construction pipeline progress. And from when it comes to us, trust me, you're in safe hands. This is a footprint for only our field solution, where pioneers are using the solution. The market pioneers of utilities and telecoms are using the solution, and it has already been deployed to a city gas distribution company in India. And we have our footprint and expertise in GIS, and which can help you understand, help us understand how better your construction progress can be taken forward. With our footprint working in US, India, and Australia, we understand the construction process across various industries and various markets and bring the expertise back over here. With that information, I would like to open the floor for question and answers so that any questions you have, we will be happy to discuss over here now.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you, Ankita.
We will go ahead and take some time for questions now.
Okay.
Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions in chat box. The first question we have, build own mobile application to collect some data, but facing data issue and cost keeps adding. How your application can save us money?
Okay, so what your question is referring to is that if you are using more mobile devices that need to be procured by the agency, it is adding to the cost. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so the mobile application which we are referring to over here is certainly a bring your own device kind of thing. What would happen is that you don't need to procure any rigid devices for this. This is, as I was demonstrating it, so there's a standard Samsung mobile device that I was using across. Any of your field supervisors who was having it can very well use it. So procurement of new devices may not be required, and the data is secured because only authorized new devices are being logged into the system. We are actually authorizing the devices which can use the application. Prior to, anyone can install it, but no one can use it until you authorize it. There's authentication and authorization very well connected, which is making the system secure at an enterprise level. So that investment cost would not be required, as I suppose, until unless utility would like to invest across. And again, the question is, what is that you're willing to pay for ensuring that your construction is on track, and we delivered with quality? Correction takes more costs than you build it right at the first time. So in that way also, what you're measuring is here in terms of the quality and the timeline for construction.
Okay. Can you integrate with our SAP?
Certainly. So as I mentioned, there is an integration capability offered by the solution. It's an enterprise scale system that has been built to talk to your CRM system, talk to your GIS system, talk to your any asset management system, SAP system kind of a thing, so that you can get the information from that system and also distribute the information to that system. For example, if your material management is happening from SAP, that can very well get connected to the field on application, field on progress application, so that you can bring the material information from there and use it on the field. And as you consume, there's a consumption from being updated, and the same can be posted to the SAP as well. So that makes a very good bond and relationship between the systems. Value-added integration actually.
Okay. What about GIS? Do we need GIS or this application?
It is not mandatory to have a GIS application for this for using this application. If you have, that adds a lot of value because your design can be brought into the system. Without that as well, you can define your project and start constructing it across, and you all capture all the data. Once all the data, as you can see while I was doing the demonstration, I was showing you the capability of GPS integration and visualizing that network, right, which is being captured on the field. Now, once you have that information back in your system, if you want to push this information to your GIS system or your operation system, so that someone sitting in the control center will be having a visualization of the network location. So some customer raising any complaint or gas leak has been identified and you want to track the network. So integration with GIS, this network being sent back to that system can be of real value add. That's not, it's not a mandatory thing, but it's something that is required as part of CGD, I suppose. Good to have.
Okay. The next question is, non-compliance report can be generated through this platform, and how it can be evaluated and close the non-compliance through this platform?
Very good question. So audits that are performed, the compliance certainly that comes into picture. Now what happens is that whenever your when your data is coming across, it happens in two phases. One, your field supervisor can raise a flag, or your project officer can raise a flag. Whenever a flag is raised, it is marked against a compliance. Now, that activity which has been, or the asset that has been marked against, or the activity which has been against a compliance is tracked across until the updated information, like you can request for additional information of documents to be attached, or you can say that for example, taking an example of construction site, the barricading has not been done and not been complied. The people working at the site are not wearing the PPE equipment, and you have identified through the photo and video that has come to you. Now you can raise a flag over there on that activity and raise a flag to the vendor saying that this activity is not complied. What's your response on it? So the system automatically, in the system itself, you can track that workflow. So you can see that there's something that is accepted. Accepted comes only after your compliance has been met. Until your compliance is not being met, you're not accepting it. So you can generate a non-compliance report for all the flags that have been raised in the system. And at the end of the day, you're saying, okay, this have been not compliant for a particular vendor. And you're also measuring his output, how much he's complying. Is 80% compliant or 90% compliant. And when you reach the 100% compliant, then you can say that it's work is done. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, the next question is customer mobile app for field data collection versus your solution. What are the advantage?
Could you repeat that, Ankita? I didn't get the question.
Customer mobile application for field data collection versus
Okay.
your solution. What are advantage?
Okay, see, customer mobile application, you're referring to the end customer. Okay, I read it in such a fashion that the mobile application what you're using now is actually a field supervisor, the one when the construction is happening on the site. So that would give you an advantage that any information like the as the market progresses, we working with many industry customers, we know the changes that are coming in and the challenges that are being faced. So we continuously incorporate that changes into the system in an incremental fashion so that you are benefited from it. So without requiring the customer to again take that pain of facing the challenge and then building it. We being from the industry and we are providing a solution, the continuous improvisations that come in the industry and that continuous automation that can happen are provided upfront to you as part of this solution. So the customer, any city gas distribution company, construction company can focus on the work that needed done and really uh, rely on us for the IT part of it. So the work, for getting the work done, they do the work and how it needs to be assessed across can be shared, can be done across. So customer mobile application versus this application gives a advantage in terms of the guidelines, standards, and continuous improvisation. Continuous improvisation is something that has a real impact with the changing needs and changing automations on a day-to-day basis. And it's also about hiring that skill for building the customer mobile application and management of it. That is completely cut off. You know your person to talk to for getting this work done now. Build versus buy. That's the principle over here.
Okay, now the next question is how accurate is capture of longitude and latitude?
Yes. So when it comes to GPS coordinate capturing accuracy, so there are two feasibilities that are provided in the device. Okay. For example, when you're doing an well capture, we have a capability provided in application where you can actually integrate with GPS devices. Third-party GPS devices like Trimble, ESON, or Epson kind of devices, okay, which can actually integrate to it and fetch the GPS coordinates from that. When it comes to activities which do not need high accurate data, like start pointing of trench and end point of trench, then you can use a mobile GPS as well. It comes to around, when you go for a GPS device, third-party GPS devices, the accuracy comes around less than 10 centimeters. You have devices up to 1 centimeter accuracy as well. When it comes to mobile devices, your accuracy fluctuates between 30 to 70 centimeters. So for low important activities, you can go with mobile accuracy. When you go with high data capture, you can go with the GPS devices that can integrate to this mobile solution on the fly, and you can capture the GPS coordinates. That gives an assurance of the accuracy. And even the solution gives you the capability to look at the accuracy. Every asset that has been captured actually has that accuracy parameter with what accuracy the information has been captured, whether it was captured at 5 meters accuracy, 5 centimeters accuracy, or 10 centimeters accuracy. So even the project office team can know about the accuracy of the GPS coordinate that has been captured at.
Okay. The next question is for a gas company already having a GIS system, can this solution use information from our GIS and operation system?
Yes. So if you're already having a GIS system that's in place, you can very well integrate it to it, and you can see already constructed network as part of this, and also the design that has been done over there can be visualized over here. So that is very well possible where you can integrate with your GIS system. Two-way communication from GIS to this field on progress application, field on progress to back to your GIS system. In a similar fashion for your OMS system also, because after the commissioning happens, when a leak needs to be identified or you need to identify the extension of this network, that certainly again you can integrate with your operation system as well, with your control center system as well. You can track the locations of your patrolling vehicles and also your field crew locations, at what location field crew is working today. That can also be very well tracked across.
Okay, the next question is there any option for authorization of report by TPIS, like digital sign, Otherwise, after digitalization also, we may need to take a printout of reports and take the sign of TPIs on hard copy.
Okay, so when you're actually configuring the vendor, the third party who will be doing the construction process, or who is responsible for authorization, like the we have construction companies or the audit companies, right, to which this has been outsourced to, you can very well for the report that has been generated for the particular date, the digital signature can be attached across from the application itself. So while construction of the vendor, they can authorize us to use a digital signature. And when the work is being done, the digital signature can be attached to it. And when you generate the PDF, it comes with that digital signature. So that integration is available as part of the solution without requirement of taking a printout and do that signature again. Even when you actually capture the data on the field supervisor can sign it off. And also in the web also, when you're approving it, you can actually attach it across.
Okay. The next question is, what is the infrastructure to be built for this and its lump sum cost?
Okay. Cost is something we can directly discuss on a one-on-one basis. You can write to us. When it comes to the infrastructure, the solution is available as part of cloud solution. So you can very well use the cloud benefit as a SaaS solution, and you don't worry about the infrastructure cost. If you're looking for an on-premise hosting or your dedicated hosting, then in a scalable approach, this can be actually taken forward too. We provide that support for you to establish that infrastructure. So for a costing part, we can directly connect across. You can write us at contact@freelon.com. We can have a one-on-one call scheduled, and we can see how this can be utilized across. As I mentioned on the screen as well, if you're looking for taking a early look into the system, how this actually behaves, write us back so that we can provide you with an limited time solution availability at free at no cost, so that you can play hands-on with the application. Kind of a free trial for the application. We can certainly do that across. Just write us back and we can discuss further about that.
Okay. The next question is, any CGT company in India using this app currently?
Yes, as I mentioned, as part of my list of customers, we are a city gas distribution company. The northern region is actually using it. It has been already more than 7 months they have been using it, and for their MDP and steel pipeline construction process.
So we have one more questions here. How much accurate this GI system?
So this is not a GIS system. As I mentioned, this is not a GIS system. This is for your construction management process. Okay. However, you are able to capture your asset information from the field to the back office system. So the amount of information you generate across that is being digitized would be reflected in terms of how in all the reports as well. So we are working on an direction where, in terms of accuracy of the data that is being generated, can be assured, and the reports that are being generated can be assured. And the accuracy can depend upon your GPS devices that are being connected across. And again, it's also important that you define the right amount of material, and you follow the procedures that have been put forward in the system. If you are hijacking the process and say that, okay, we don't want to follow this process, so that is where we need to start stitching across or start compromising it, which we generally don't do across. We help you follow that process so that you are benefited and we are benefited from it.
Okay, so we will take a last few questions. Is your application deployed in water distribution system?
The system is not deployed in a water distribution system, but considering the fact that the construction process in terms of the pipeline, in terms of the activities that are performed on the pipeline are more or less the same. The construction project management solution can be extended to the construction company or the water utility which is using this across. There will certainly be changes in terms of the connectivity between the pipes and the commissioning of the pipes. So that process need to be tweaked a bit so that becomes even a water or a fiber line construction company can use it across.
Okay. Does the mobile application has offline version?
Yes, the application has an offline version. You can actually capture the data offline and come back online and sync the data back off the system.
Can we store well-joined radiography film in this app?
Yes, you can store the weld information. You can capture the welder as an asset, and also all the activities associated with weld, like your radiography, ultrasonic, penetration test. When it comes to your fusion, butt fusioning information, all that information can be stored as part of the application, and all the supporting information and the documents can also be stored as part of the application, identifying which is upstream and which is downstream.
Can we add 2-point or 3-point references of the joints or weld?
So you're referring to a point where you have a T or an diversification, I suppose. So in that case, you can certainly capture that joint information as well. So multi-joint information can be captured.
Okay. It looked like we have covered all your questions. Karthik, is there anything else you wanted to cover up before we wrap up?
That's a good session, Ankita. Thanks for hosting it across. Thanks for everyone who's joined. Thanks for Ahuja sir for giving that recognition for the work that has been done, which is a symbol of your work we are doing across. So that's a good one. And I would request everyone who has any additional queries post this presentation also feel free to write to us. We would like to take forward this discussion and help you, work with you in terms of building this application for you, and give you an early visibility, early play around with the application as well. The recording of the session would be shared across on the email with limited availability or limited time availability. You can share across your team so that they can, any of your technical team who cannot join today, please share it across them. And we'll certainly request you to connect to us the right person back. Write us back at contact@fieldon.com and we'll be happy to reply back and connect with you. Thanks a lot for joining today's session.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
We appreciate it.
Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you.